Abo enyumre no nsia Oyerepa TV so ne ebusafo memamu nyina adwo enyumre yi yabobo nsem hodo bia no from mamu ne ama hodo bi so na mede be somo sema duonum a eda yanim yi yebeti agokansie mu nsem ne asa tie adwade mu nsem so aka ho ye hwe ne edi mu akotere ne bi Efri abamu aba obisa owura Samuel Okujeto ablakwa se nyina so wowo se na anu ada omampani etu kwan ode adu prebi le tuye no onfa metu gya ne nyina ye hu no na abusafo aposifo de etu gya se womo nam kwan bone so na nansan womo gye omanfo ho niama no wo ba betu omo so sa Omaisofo ya ohwem akwan ni akwantempo ho nsem so de ato contractors a omu ni sika nenso magye enyuma de toto wo ho so no Abusafo ye bebra so atwa so akọ amahodo so nsem America mampani ene COVID-19 no waje ne panie Abusafo ensam no edoso atifi nsam na mediamomwe munya bre na memfa nkyeremu no emra medinde oduefo na nasabere pinaman ensam no enie ene na pani a ono ena dankrato ano ewa jubilee baabi a omampani eye na tenaye ura yugina hin woye nsentwefo nhye mu de abeto dwa se ura Samuel Okujeto ablakwa ya woye North Tom rahye badwani e de ato dwa se na anu ada omampani etu kwan no wode adupra ye fra no LXDIO ene tuye na nyina so owo no onfamra na onfametudwa
Enhyiamu a encheye kora Ghana mampani na adedankwa AKUFO-ADDO'S ekopiemu English abrochimemu ene America memu eko ye nam so ema emrehye bedwani ema North Town onunyanfo Samuel Okujeto ablakwa eba abontin betrim se Ghana mampani na adedankwa AKUFO-ADDO'S emfa ho ne ensema Ghana adehye ka efa sikadoso po mampani ede kwa han ewimhyen ede kwa amanone no omampani asa akwa akoye ye nam so ama omampani atena ye na aba abontin aba betrim se nekura bia enni ensema emrehye bedwani eka no emu Openi a okupimu omampani atena ye ona hwe nkrato so Eugene Ahen wo chim se sawie mu hye LXD10 onimafo Samuel Okujeto ablakwa kase ene na omampani ede ko nhyiamu no kra no se wo hwe nsem mu a sa 28 July a Okujeto ablakwa kase ene na omampani de nam no kra no sa da no kra nya dia na sawie mu hye no ko hono na ni nyina na se na omampani fufuru bia wo abimem kra akwa ko han
LXDIO aircraft, and I still maintain my position that the MP peddled falsehoods. In his statement that he put out recently, I mean, if indeed he claims I peddled falsehood, I'm sure he would have put out the evidence indicating that the president has used these particular jets on these particular days. Of course he didn't. He didn't simply because there's no such evidence. And let me put this on the record. On the 28th of July, when the president attended the Global Education Summit in the UK, you can do your own checks, and if you think I'm peddling falsehood, you can expose me. Take your phone, call the company that operates that particular jet and ask them, for example, on the 28th of July, where was that jet? And they will tell you that on the 28th of July, during the entire period of the Global Education Summit, it was for 3 days, that particular jet, the LXDIO jet, was parked at the Paris Le Bourget airport. That airport in previous times was Paris's principal airport. B20 Compact with Africa program. That jet was nowhere near President AKUFO-ADDO'S. If he thinks he has any contrary evidence to that effect, he should put it out. I've put mine out, so the ball is in his court.
Ne krakra mu na owura Eugene Ahen ade to so say MMDC is and na adedankwa AKUFO-ADDO'S de ba monti ne padodo na kase penifo bi na tie mampani akache hono ma osesa society no ne nyina mu no kazi supi se Ghana mampani na sankofo ni din se onko gina na nemu no mo adwuma se be ya mfuntu ebetimi akoso.
So he's not first and foremost bound by the comments or by the report of or by the recommendations of any report that's submitted to him. He's not bound by those recommendations at all. He decides what he has to do. If he believes, for example, the committee recommended that in Lejokuku, for example, Jefferson Saki, Kofi Japan are the ones who are supposed to be there, and he believes no, there's somebody else who is much more competent than these persons. He has every right whatsoever to appoint that person.
Abusafo ye free Jubilee na fe yako prosi adwumakono na nsɛn nipa bɔnefo bi enenam awiakete no de moto ojo manfo ensɛm eniema na aka bi a prosi adwumakono wo mu a ɛda nsɛm a ɛba abɔnten de ɔda no ACP kwasi forede kokɔbɔ ma wo mu edi sɛ adwuma no sɛ wɔhwɛ ne wɔntwe ho na nte saa de a prosi adwumakono so betu ɔmo so saa ama ho akwagam.
Ehupo abogana de hye efa amemfo bia awiagedegede won krampompuni mantam ene mantam ahodo wo mamu no oji amafo ho niema wa bra oti motorbike so no enam so ama Ghana Police Service penifo abamonten ene ya ba betwem se waye hye so nkokora a odi ba betu se nipa bonifo yi ase afri o mamu. ACP Kwasifori, Acting Director General in charge of Public Affairs Service in Kaseyemu and Openi HM say, what is Sadom no Ariata so Esa on Bosso say, and yet your better okra, a many pabonifo to Sata Ghana this year. The Ghana this year, and Yabuto we say, Share some quap, which is Sadom at Yababuano, and ya dears, I mean for a crowd, when you have buying Atiari, may.
Even the broad daylight robberies that we see and the footage say, we can say that we are going all out to make sure that we contain them. And we'll use every lawful means, to deal with that situation and stop it. As part of our revised strategy in fighting emerging crimes and these robbers on our streets, immediately that is spotted, a patrol team will be assigned to deal with the situation. Depending on the kind of crime, we'll send the appropriate force level to deal with it. And though there is a communication between the center and all police officers out there on our police channel, and we'll make sure that we use this technology to enhance whatever good thing we do in crime fighting. We are closing in. We know who they are. We know what they do in the city and their way of doing things, and we are poised, together. And before many days, we're going to achieve results. We are so determined and empowered to do that.
The Krakra mu na ACP Kwasifori HM say, o share police dada kwani abedi odinu akwan so Ghana fo hwe ani mu say brano no ba bia befa bia oboyin police sadom ni bi o se be ya se ni babonifo yi no ohu won ma na wache won na Ghana mra etimi ne won edi
operational bases across the city, and we patrol. Apart from that, also the center, we have other rooms that also receive emergency calls, and when such calls come quickly, available patrol teams within that jurisdiction are called upon to duty, and that is what we are doing. And you would have noted that the districts, the divisions supported by the Accra Region and National Headquarters operations are coordinating this operation very well. And we have policemen all over, and we will sustain it and make sure that we leave some of these criminals.
Is this thing, and this final point, is this thing an Accra thing or is this a national?
It's a national thing. It has several cameras, and they have the capacity and capability to move into other areas. For instance, let's move to Ashanti region and Taba. Sorry.
Omen suafo ye ohwe akwani akwantempon nsem so any honorable Kwasi Amoakwata no de kokobo ma contractors a wo mo fom adwuma ye nnwuma gugu wo mo so edane wo mo ho sesebe enho ota abese ho na enso ntimi nwie kono wo kaya ono so a wontwe no ho no obi ababe akwakoso ne ma no waje nnwuma na gu no so na enso so sika ode be ye no eho oden wo chese se wontimi a mensoa
Mpempina adia baako e kampuntu hye ewo mamu titrupa ene akwan ye eye sika contractor for edibedi wonjuma na se contractor for ewo mamu betimi aye adwuma na nam so ama Ghana ade hye ho ahenha omo ewo akwanya bedi nsem so enam so ama oswafo hye akwanso nsɛmso onunafo kwasi amwakwata ababonten ade kokobo abre contractors a wo memu a ode on krata nyina kopie mu aban akache na okwaje contract ye nanso onhye de ni sika botini bi ode ba be hye dwumadie num se enne ya ban ye hyehyɛ ya saa ne mani nyina aban e ba betwem opani nkase ye mu abre kokopie mu atifi domantem na wo twem se obo memu a du ba bia na areho pa se Ghana mampani na adodankwa AKUFO-ADDO ankasa dia ba betu dwa se afra se ye year of rose nanso contractor bi ebetimi age akwan ye bi aboso na se be ye oni abeye na ade hye ho atom no kra no na akwa ye bibie ho.
From next week, we are taking steps to stop that. Don't come into that industry empty. They must be prepared. We are in a country that everybody wants to be a contractor. Ghana, everybody wants to be a contractor. Everybody must be prepared to come. It's open to everybody, yes. Any Ghanaian has the right to be a contractor, but come also prepared to help yourself, to help government, and to help the people of this country. Whether surface dressing, whether asphaltic overlay, whether bridges, whether interchanges are robustly and briskly going on across the length and breadth of this country, across all the 16 regions of the nation, across all the 260 districts of our country, and it will continue. And roads are being fixed, and the manner and the speed with which Ghanaian roads are being worked on is unprecedented.
Abusafo nananuma ewo asante achem agogo ewa afasha wodie watunidin body afashe botai ne nyina ne se wode betu ekom ase na aduane atumi aba wo mapa ho ntoma ya obidi sa afashe no yenua Isaac Anna eto aso amaye.
Nananum atrankonwa a wowo agogo traditional council a ening no ewo asante achem agogo south no ababonten adadwumari surunko biadi edi ada brode afahye a afiara woye no ho ntuma na nanu joda ene wode sa adwumari hihye so se de beya wobetimi aboa ede hihye ahoro agu akwan so na won atumi dia ye brode a wodua ewo biae ho no wotimi dia de nadi na aboa ma sa adwuma no so atimi akonkan na adwumadi no ase ena ohempon a onen oho nana kwame AKUFO-ADDO'S a wonen na woye agogoman henry kasa na wochere se sa brode afase yade a yegu akwan so beboa makuafo a wodua brode ne atofo a won so woto brode de kwa amano ne no won adwuma no adwuma atimi ayeden na aboa ma brode adwuma no anya konkan yi pani yi kire se brode yade a atimi aboa ma agogo kro no atimi afa ne ntuma pa afra eninti no won so wore ye won afa mudi bere obetumi se de beya obetumi aye hyehyɛ ahoro eninti wode hyehyɛ egu akwan so wode ba bie ban e dia ma brode akuafo a wo agogo na bre a opani yi kasa e odwumadi na se no ensem bi se ene so ode tugwa
na kanino na body na body na enchi na eki na bede body ho ba na nyemfa ne body wani na body na mo ba ba na ya ya na so ma ko na ya ma ya na se show no ani ya mo se ya ka ko ba show no
Afei abankra chibanin a onen so ewo biae ho Honorable Francis Otibuaten enso kasai no de tugwa ekire se wo hwe kan no na furarin sensem a na ere haw agogofo na afei brode aguafo no a aban ya bono ho moden ama saa de ni nyinara to atwa eno nti wo nsase ahoro a efi nananom nsem ekoka aban nsa no enche bia aban aye hyehyɛ ya obesan adan nananom nsase de ama won na won atumi de atoa brode fu no oso
ewo jumatia ekosme sanse nana yeba abamu 2017 na enoma ekosono na eni enyenyan esanse na emema ejimi nkofo na kampese ema ne nkwada akofo nanso eye adwumaden a yebeye enti enne brode no director say yekra yede adekomo ne 245 trillion ajese Ghana crop purpose a yenya bi ajese agogo in fact ye adwuma yi pa yedi man ho bebre back ebeye adwuma edo no panamfa ana ne krom kwan so a bohum ranti a yafa no ma yekọ adwuma ejese adwuma aba agoga yi pa
afei brother tofo hima ana afei akuafo mpanimfo a wo biae ho enso bi akasa na won so kire won ani so de won hawa wor fam e wo brother adwuma ni mo so atugwa
brother ton brother yo mo an se na kwatu na yɛ tu saa ɔne ma ne fi mura mu bafia na ne boa ba yɛ de bia ma no so fa na mo ko pese bɔde na na do ne mpa na da woro ma kwatu ne sɛ no hwɛ ma yɛ kaka na ma afia fo ne yɛ brɛ yɛ tɔ so yɛ kwan na yɛ de ɔde fa so de ba anzo ɛnyɛ ba amile yɛ kyɛ wa na amile yɛ te na amile di free saa bɔde ma yɛ nya hwee
no man here pray for support so look for body and no so man no yenye juma ya men ya bo abubutia ya bo dim papa mi san kan no de na ka wo kekure juma wa samo bibi obi kura ko wale ba papa de juma no so ekure ni a ya mpre na so de ayede elkam sigiran se ya ni doctor fo anyinara and ayi I about the program 2018, the district best farmer. 2020, Ashanti Regional best farmer. This year, Meko National. And it's a future Medima, you to say, Yakuru Kasimu Kunajuma, Omumla, Santiachim, Kuyajumanso, a papa.
Abusafo ye fra Asante Achem agogo ni aba besena ko ahafo mantemu no mu enche bebre ena omampeni na nado dankwa AKUFO-ADDO enam ne soafo a ohwe nkronkura mamuo ene ne mpuntuo mu sem so yerada botwe so ema wode aban akrachefo a ebetena mansini kropon ni kropon adantemu mu edi betudwa na akwa ahafo mantemu a Tanon North de oteso na ne din ene baaye ahenkro ni duan akwanta okota no south a de oteso na ne din ene baaye ho eni bechem ene Assembly members atwaba e de ama wo so waji wotuma na wanyi wontum de ye hwe de koso
Assembly members wonom ewo atwuma mponua mansin mu ene dai wonom atwaba age honorable Isaac Mafo omampeni eyi nse omra meye DCE ewo empesua no so assembly make say abato no akona wie ya 100% ena nensa etumika ye assembly members atwaba no na oye 55 17 appointees ena emu 38 so elected ones abato no eba na wie ndi na wonum nyina ato yes de ama Isaac Mafo I'm ready okwa kugina mu say DC na owie na ode ensem etudwa say oda assembly members no ase se omo etimi age no atomu entem so saa efi say enye baabia na etimi ekoso saa samre ya obedi obehwe se wono mu nyina beye adwuma bom ene nananom se ne beye empuntuo ebetumi akoso wo se waye party member anase party chairman infi bebre enti empesua no de wonim so yie pa na wonim ohaw ahoro a ewo hono mo ti wonyina beka won ho abom na watimi atoto ema enkonimdie aba sara nso na a member of parliament or sa constituency here betre honorable Isaac Kwame Siema enso eto aso say obehwese obeka ne ho abom na fei one ne nua yayi ne fufuro ye DCE no motimi atoto se ne be ya empuntuo ebetumi akoso ewo eye empesua no so enti ankrakra bia nso no emfa ne moa ene ne chitai emfamra na enkabo mu no etimi ama enkunimdie aba
ene tubeti tua ye baako aba tutu ene baako yenya bele tutu yenya ka ne tutu we can catch them say the be na se betwam we ka wa to so yenu all this for eno wa yetu 2005 yenya yes o man penyi ko fo de nyam ma we ba so so asabe DC akuye embuo eni de sefata de man o so be en say a so say Chinase. Odumini okuma yibai. Manka seminia William Zako. We am research letter officer. Me ama kola matiteno pampaso deno ba odoku ye esafata na dawu arade na mso mesaka ni monyawa. Maka me wona me fa da kese embeli ni. Da sino enye di panyina na obo na o kaye. Obu o na nanu ye ko fiti ewa. It is 1996 the edition of Dante Bay. Honorable Dante Bay in the Juma. When you Jumana was 2004. The 2005 now Honorable the Kwame Bay or by any Juma, my assembly member, my area council chairman, my award winner chairman, we are development Yamimre and the Yamre.
Abusafo ne mohwe ye no eye atwomampo no a nyinahini ho na omo chairman na ɔte akonnwa so yɛabɔ ne din so mɛyɛ DC Eramafo ya ɔno ana ɔmakɔto aba ɛde ama no na akɔ AHAFO so a sɛ de mekan no AHAFO so Tano North ɛne Tano South wɔn mmienu nyinaa na wɔte so ɛna ɔmampani bɔ wɔn din assembly na akɔto aba asan adwo matum biem na yɛmfiri hɔnom yɛmfiri ani ɛnkyerɛ Cape Coast ɛhɔ ɛna kuropɔn no so deɛ wɔte so yɛwura NS Arthur ɔmampani saa bɔ ne din biem sɛ ɔnsan to ne dwumadie so nanso nɛ ɔmakɔto aba no ɔwɔ yɛ a bɔɔdeɛ dada ankwankosi aga yɛhwɛ ne ɛkɔ so
Oyemnyomfo NS Arthur Onye Nia Oye Metropolitan Chief Executive Michelle Mayo Ozma Cape Coast Metro na onchele biara na nanado danko AKUFO-ADDO osanso oli ni mensi akachifi na niti yankwa osanso ogbonizim bio de omamaye abankachi penifama Cape Coast Metro Policy na in the day na assembly members all the water no daba ma wo confirm there ma President Nana Adodanko AKUFO-ADDO ozna abra hon wonyaje ho na abra wazi about wo shishado no ma no order woba to aba no why nyipa kokoko 65 na 65 yi na woto abewe ya numu 34 woto yes na damara so na numu 31 wokoto no a na orechede onyaza omampanyin ne zino oboye no one assembly no wonye na yadwen na abato no bokodun the regional minister ozma central region honorable Marigold Asan odinkan onye assembly so twonkomo na o hye won de won hwe na president ne nominee no won sanso won to won faman the maso na eba igwe a ohen popo a oti egodo eche na osabarima kwesata otodo ebie onana so odina no tu nkomamu a ni na echi no asem members no wontum wente na asem na woto no na jumezin mu no honorable Kweku Rekitegen oye member of parliament de ma Cape Coast South also ordinary opechi the maso na Cape Coast North former MP honorable Barbara Ashe Eyisi na TTP na wodu wimyam odwete jumezi nechi
and the history was so successful into Goma West was to one na yekulizi therefore if to so I want to assure me that they will give us 100% na meaning that we na wozi on the to na 100% for them na meaning that people say if you 100% next year the people say yebenya 15 months of hano yo mampanyin so na soye nana omahene na adu na tina na mizi ahinzi bi nana wa pon kakaja mam enti se nana tina ha egwem na se nana adu ne nyumnyam ebata echi na nanum we ne nyumnyam techi honorable members we ne nyumnyam techi na honorable PM na atu tegwema na se de osapata da ye ma oye fe oye nkwanhye na se yimbi wo bobobo nwana wa tutu woza na kepos yanzi wa ye sonko o sande bi so odi chi a wo hwe za ye beye na oda ye mo ye hwe ye ma o ya kono ye ma option for fun kwan po de kepos wa set pace enti ye za chiado ma central region fifi mantom han aye di jesem
ye de koko ye president we NS Arthur Zaman Enyashi Akadamo Wanyima Yejima Senatman was president Wanyima Uchedia Wanama we go through processing now and then we are able to reach about them Honorable Regional Minister Waka, them presiding member Waka, women in one sample, one year, more you, way, you went to the number or the the way. So I can choose back. You're looking at and so my wife a year. No Cassidy. And she will be more day in way. This is must share will be our. I don't
Yebefri CAPECOAST aban krachia assembly for koto no so ba anwene ne sene so nia ba besena ko atoye mantemu na ye ko jawe wolf eno eyekura ewo dwomro omanfo ho kire se omo odwa bi wo ha ache ne yie pa ne dwa no so eyedwa eso etwa egya bia wo honom na eso yentimi wieda da bia ye ko ho ane yapem ye ko ho ane yapem omo sra aban mie nani no wie ma wo mo
Maya hodo bia eno man Ghana boche bi te say Ivory Coast eba jomoro jawe wafo ho nanso omanfo ho kire say e haw kese pa na ensu eto a ebu ewe ebo a ehye wo a kire say edwane de agyanan bia kroso ni bi nan kampeso monya ba bi omode bia nkoso ewo dwane mu nanso chemu amfie dunum ni edwane besi ho enem no matena edi wo mu dwa nanso bi bia nkoso empanifo atu dwayi ejeje mu senti odade sede kese e ma aban ne empanifo so mo yomomowa Sidi ha omukra ne se empanifo timi ba bagege to gigi sika ewo dwane mu de kɔ assembly na soso no nye de so de sika bia ewo dwane mu e bibia de ama wo mu a di ha kese pa na ebre wo mu ne sento si empanifo ama esa dem mo de nye de se omu betua to bi na so mu tua de empanifo hwe no fa ni dwuma fa mo wo mu nye bi papa ntena na mo wo mu dada asetena ani wo mu edwadi
no yete yue mu ye ton ba chomare yete yue mu yue na aba hia yue mu ayete ya papa bia ye emaye say you no man yet ya person be see yi maye wo ha na ha wie no hye do
first na moto ade na sisi o moto ade edwa no so ye ba ye te ho sa ye nya sika ade no so ye de ba ye fili ye nto ade ye nya sika nso ye ba na mo si de ye ntu asika edwa no so ye ba mo nto ade na ye so ye wa ye ton ni man kakra ye didi ya nya sa ye ndidi ntina ye wa akwan mu wa no anya sa ye ndidi na makate no so anya nti ye pesa mo bwan kakra
so mo ba se no ya ye nya babi ensi ye ni wiri na wo market mu asi ni pa ba episode o jani na bi o pese oko switch kakra o ye ni sa de ni bi wo ha ni tembi e mama no mo kire mo se nyama no ene de to so mi nso no edwa no so sisi a nkofo na doso iti dwa no so etisi mu achi eti mu se ma no ba na bi mu tete ka kwan so nye ne papa so because omo be dwuru mu a omo nya ba bi nka de se betumi nya ba bi mpo bi mu kase bi abo na bi mu kase ama mpo a ankon so betumi aboye oba yi station asi no ohun kasi bibiri na eba na be dwane ti asensuo to a ha ni tumi nante
Ebusafo mdaso wa atoye mantemu ne firi dwomro na mako dwaboso na mrase badwane o dwaboso honorable Kwabena Minta Akando ese chief company bi fefefefefe e de omomanfo a ewo anwefotu electoral area wakwakwada na die e de omomanfo
Nyafo Kwabena Minta Akando mrase badwane e de ma omanfo a wonmo dwaboso abaton pesua so ewo Western North Mantemu na enen wabi eye chief compound bi ano ewo hweme ha a ewo ahwefotu electoral area wachire mu a chief compound wasi beye se ahodo enan ewo mansin emu a woche se ebeboa ama yarehwe ho nsem akoso ewo mansin emu nia wabi ano enen no enchemu chiremu a OPD ehemu delivery room bia yeje awo male and female ward ehjem bi bia bema na oba woyade ebeba na ebeje na to washroom eka ho bi na onimonyamfo echiremu a anamu a watuyi ejina assembly command fan kakra wormo ejeje se ne beya obetumi dia ntuntunwuma ewo mpesua ne so no eno ana etimi ahye ne din a watumi edi asisa chief compound ahodo ya kire se wasi beye se enan baako ene hweme ha dia wo bi ano no baako so ewo antobia ene emiamia ekeka ho abra wormo ebi chief compound enu wie ye ntemtwerefo ebopri no ema ne cheche nsemu sei ana odi tudwa
maye beye enum na enum no mienu ene ti sei miensa asusu sensei ndi ayebi ewo new so menya yayebi ewo adekrum yayebi ewo hweme ha yayebi ewo sanya no yayebi ewo antobia ndi okọ antobia de na antobia de no so ese wei nti no yankopon da roma ene omanfo no so da roma omaboa yen ama yatumi edisa chip compounds SCC strategic places in the district no yebetime a self help project achieve this result. Untimi kwa self-help project achieve results. So what I say. Nti ye kwanya yenye hasi yesi facility be at say ya yet me fa innovative way of getting in your free yento and as a reduced cost.
Omanfo ya wo entwikrum ya wo Sumiane is e wo bono mantemu eni atutu ato mo nsam om ha nyina ne se suku a omo ye MA school no ene owu atwede ene wo ho a ahwe ya ebetima bu akum nkwada eno achi ensuo nye ekwan nye oha bebre no mo wa wode ho nsam ato abanyanimu.
Ora Isaac Kwaku Salifu ono no ya assembly member e wo Benue Nkwanta electoral area. Ono eno o kire se so ba entwikrom MA basic school a the school ahodo wo ho nyina how kese pa no omunam mu. Wo se nya de se akunwa omu wo bi table omu bi blackboard chese ade bia ebo ma adusua ne ade kire koso de nya de se entwikrom MA basic school no e wo bi. Wo san to aso a wo chese so ba entwikrom ho nanka se kronim no ne bebre hia wo mu. Omu ni network akwan nye ensuo papa ni ho chese ade bia ma asetena eye fe na ye de na ye anigye de entwikrom ho ebi eni ho ensam kro na ho no na nya akon ono na ye entwikrom di kro ono soso di tudwa a wo kire se woda de stebe to abanyanim eni ku ahodo a enhye abanyase se wo sere wo mu omomeye wo mu mmoa esanse na bebre na ekoso ho a achechefo kwa ni bebite eti nkombo ye ne ma we nyina ma wo mu no na nkomo beye edan bi ama achechefo soso atumi atem na atumi abo ama de kire ne adesua soso akoso yi
ni nua wo hwe school mu ha ya ye wani sem sani da ameka no mo frɛ yɛ mframa ma asɛ yɛ ditro ba wa so ba wodi wani ahudu ahwɛ KG blog ya tutu a wo hwɛ ne ɛwɔ yɛ chie di adanse pefire sɛ yɛ school no ba bi a ɛnɛ ɛkeka kɔ no ɛnyɛ os hwɛ ne tutu ya abo akora bi betimi aba be wura ma nkɔda no ba betena se kora na kakapɛ ne ne ka betimi aka na nkɔ no ba school ɛde asumdie ne bibia ba besua ade no enti yɛ gusu ɛkɔto srɛ aban ene ne mpanimfo na aboafo se saa mere ba bi school yi wo yatete apa bi ne bebra na lawyers nyina ebi firi kurom ha e be sere se ba bi adu yo momra no mu ntwa omani emehweye na antwikrom ene keji fuyi masam mobonkwada antofi fi wo mo ntese mpanimfo a eno ma bi o metimi aba o mo ho ban
they can school quarters ya twa entwe na kwa e beba o mo kwa o mo ma aha afi ye toilet no ne niema nkete bi nsu kura no still ye be hia nsu do ye obi ba de wo no my phobia num ti untimi as you know untimi nko it is just a public ni nyane de aha anti no say boba ha no prayer ayititu pa ne quarters na ifa say hia e pa akase
Abusafo Oyerepa TV so na manigu so a mo hwa a mo tie bi eka ho ye gina entwikrom de ne so na ye twa ho atonkra ye ba adwede mo kase boto aso ama mo Abusafo yasama makwaba de ba Oyerepa TV so ye kɔ adwade kase bomo ye wonuane bebre na wo Ghana ha na emunum bi na sesi amekese gine ho mena na edi adencheche wo emem ya hodo titiru ne amansan adwaman so na no na wo kyerem se ebeboa yen amoman sikasem etimi akonkan ye pa
yɛde ni kyerɛ amansan guasoa mbrembreng akwakoba sɛ agudi ni nobai ahuri ewo hɔ a wɔn bo so atew yie paapa nanso emu anum bi ewo hɔnom de a aman a wɔn na wodi saa agudi ho dwuma no ne bo akɔsoro yie ɛwɔ amanhoro so man mbrembreng aman a wɔn na saa agudi ahuru yi wodi ho dwuma no wɔn so wɔn nya sika eribu wɔn man nea edi kan ɛyɛ natural gas mbrembreng wɔ amansan guaso no wɔtɔn no $5.93 a yɛgyina hɔ ma ɔhɔ mo nkyekyɛmu baako ne akyiripɔ adioson Silver $22.48 a yɛgyina hɔ ma ɔhamu nkyekyɛmu 1.67%. Asikyire $0.19 a yɛgyina hɔ ma ɔhamu nkyekyɛmu 1.28%. Lead $2,183 a yɛgyina hɔ ma ɔhamu nkyekyɛmu 1.17%. Rapid seed €631.50 a mprempreng ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛbu ne mu ɛpagyaw ɔhamu nkyekyɛmu 1.16%.
Abusafo Oyerepa TV na manigu so a mo hwa yen na mo se tie yen eka ho no me se to nkra bio me ba baba yisa the sports lawyer bar or the sports to us.
Anwumre nso yɛdase sɛ wɔne guso a wohwɛ yɛnwumre kasebɔ no emra so sɛ agudie mu nsɛm kyɛfa ɛwɔ mu no yɛde toa so ɛma wo nkofo nkro so nsɛm ɛne afisɛm ɛne aboaboa no na anwumre yɛde ɛbrɛ wɔ Kumase Krobia Asam Tikoro guso a wɔn ɛboaboa wɔn ho for the new season plus ne ɛba training nso guso a ɛkɔ a crowd to folk ejina Ghana nam Ewo CAF Champions League num emu nsem ebeba enanwumre the Black Stars of Ghana nsem ewa ha amana nsem ewa ha sports law nie kamehwe na yense nsem na se emfi afisem num Jordan Opoku Dako eye kaneno player ema Kumase Krobia Asam Tikoro formerly Wafa na Samra Menoka se oko Wafa wo youth teams no wo coach baako owuramu ewo Adakojachi Stadium na Prosper coach Nate Ogum training na Oyeno wakasa edi afan yentie Jordan Opoku.
Especially when you are a youth player now we come and meet with the blend with the senior ones now. You have to work more because you have the energy, so you have to work more. So you can adjust to the team easily. But so we take things easy for yourself, things will be difficult for you. It's not about signing a problem. The problem is signing a gradual process. It's a team building. A new female machine. Signing Colana, and you say be almost signing, say almost be starting in the game, but almost try some Colana be observing for some years now. The following year, they can also adapt the system. I'm a team, so easy among Colana. Because always when you go to a team, they have their philosophy of playing, and the philosophy, we a new player, even especially when you are young, you have to adopt this philosophy. So that's why they have the young players to adopt this philosophy of the team. Some years to come, they can adjust.
Eno Jordan Opoku Dako ena otenin kano eno ati yenwramu ewo enkofo nkros na fe yentoa so emfa emfiwo enra Monday night football game baako etimi ekamu a okọ Brighton Hope Abiyomaso ya womne Crystal Palace ekwe 1-1 Jordan Dinamu esiakan yehwe highlights number
in on his right and thumps it goalwards, and Lewis Dunk was there, teed up for Lallana. Gallagher bringing it infield, and a penalty's been given. Leandro Trossard can't believe it on the stroke of half-time. Zaha scores right on the stroke of half-time. Given away by Cucurella, and he's fouled Gallagher, but Benteke could be in, and he pokes it to Ayew, who slides it into the side netting with the goal gaping. Over the top it goes, and Morpay could be in. Morpay! Oh, they've done it! Albion have done it again at Selhurst Park, and it's Neil Morpay. All smiles on the bench, and absolute bedlam in the stands, because Neil Morpay, out of absolutely nothing, has snatched a point. Patrick.
Enti Crystal Palace Eshebako and Brighton and Hope Abiyomaso etimi Eshebako and what anwumre 7 p.m. yamfan to just say UEFA Champions League matches group stage no match day 2 airtoa so matches ne bimpo ahyase dada Intermo eguso a wo ebo yamfan to just say Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City game no na okọ Pep baso ya dia to just say onhu kwan onfa so na obestope Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe and other players from Siakai and Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, long time ago or a few years ago you could not imagine, but it happened. So football, you never know. Life itself, you never know what's going to happen in a short time. So the important is, and I'm pretty sure he will be happy there in Paris. Messi can play right, can play in the middle. Neymar can, Mbappe can play in the middle, can play left, can play right. So they combine really well each other, and they have the quality. So at the end, the talent cannot be stopped. Yeah, we have to do it as a team. So individually, we cannot put the pressure in one player to solve the skills and the talents, the players that they have. So we have to do it as a team.
I like that. Talent can never be stopped. And no, Pep Guardiola and some, and no. I was saying, you know, come na fit me, na finima na. And so it's me ekoye. Liverpool team no, Portugal Cromo, Estadio do Dragao, woman FC Porto, and a ebo. Na Jurgen Klopp ya to just say Porto team no players are called players aba. Now so likes of Sergio Conceição mo any other players. Oh, so good team ahead of the game.
Porto always changed a little bit because they have obviously going players out and coming players in. Still the same manager. It's not an advantage at all that we won the last 2 games there. Absolutely not, because we only have to think yourself in the position of the opponent. The first thing you want to do is make sure that similar things will not happen again. So that makes the job not easier for us. But it's not about that. We are not like that. We don't think about the last 2 games we played there. We think about this game, and they have obviously different opportunities to set up, lineup wise, system wise, and we have to prepare for that.
All right, Tinti, and you may Nansam no Dawson, Nebono, Diana a disafata sawshe, Nafe, what's no, and ye day a brew was sports land ye care home nearby, would do for Nana a sabri penaman at the Ebeko and Kofun Crusoe, Nafe, amon on Nansamno, or the Atwas Nemo Ochna, Yibisia, our Asokoi Mampoemra, OBS, and Afe, OBTino, Nina, Eba, you are, today's sports not twaso, our Semens. Herbal Clinic Asokoye Mampo Ochina Yinshia ho ya krawo nyume
Abusafo yada baba isa se the sports layer sports ana ode aba no afi yetiase amahodo sensemu ye de mo akwa manane America mamu ene ya sha se wo mampene Joe Biden ende COVID-19 panie no wawone de a o kire o manfo nyina se obi ansua no so nko wone de
America mampene Joe Biden ene yakwa COVID-19 impanie ne yetosu mienu so ama ode ato America de hye nyina ene wiase amansan nyina anim se obi bia nhwe no ngo panie ni bi se be ya ibetimi adi Delta variant eso
like I did in my first and second COVID-19 vaccination shot. I'm about to get my booster shot and do it publicly. That's because the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, looked at all the data, completed their review, and determined the boosters for the Pfizer vaccine, others will come later, maybe, I assume, but the Pfizer vaccine are safe and effective. They've had all the data they need.
Abusafara wasama yensaka ede free Nigeria TFM ene se nipa bonefo bi akoto ahye edom ahodo bi so nesisi miamia ahodo miansa makowi ase no nipa dodo na ato na nanem wonsiedo
Arewosam cry seka efri madamai eben Kaduna Nigeria memu etremu a nipa bonefo bi akoto ahye adehye ho sa kro iso ama ekowi ase no enipa aduasa enan na efri mu je nam so ama Samuel Aruma a oye police pani e wonpotam ho e dia ba betudwa se asra dom no ye di obetimi bia se be ya Islamic State a ene wo bom so bo se ona ne prince aso wakwakoto ahye adehye so a wadi awu a afoforo pi na eprepra e mabududo na ena sa oyune course no ho atechima nam so ama adehye wo Samfara ene enkrotu ebe madamai e de adehye ato Nigeria ban anim se de atuate dom di wani wonpotam ho enwa konya sa aban betwe nani ababehwe
Abusafo ebegina Nigeria rahusemi so na kasebo no ye nyina aseni e ka mo se Newman College Department of Nursing ye semo se wawie secondary school na opese okoye nurse nkwade a for ni kire honom no mount te papa no ba wi obeda nyina omo obi ho nti wo akire kura betumi aba ubi a ye gitu mprekope sanse obetumi anya kwanya atoa so akwa America UK akwadi nurse ama ye Ghana ha so ya je tu mprekope yagichem ye weekend de da de ene wo online de mpo eka ho atwoma tachiman ena omowo opese ofra omo a betima to omo nkra ewo 0574661117 ofra womo ebeji wo so awie etiefo ha ena bre be ma me kwan na Oyerepa TV no si aka sebo no medimu sie ne yehwe de ne dimu akotem ne bim Ora Eugene Ahen edi ato ora Samuel Kudjeto abla kwa anim se onyina so e kire se na na adu tukwa na anu da wo de adu pre bia wo ka ho asem e de kwaya onfa nyina so ne mra Mama post for edi atudwa edi si akantam se nipa bonefo awia kete otu yeso sa awia niema no obo so e mo won na da biara da for yeko amahodo so nsemu a eye America mampani wadi dwuma soronko na Ghana ha biemu na no omayeso afo a ohwe akwane akwantempon nsem so no wori kokobo ama contractors na mekwa mu no yedum ko wie America mampani Joe Biden ende COVID-19 panel na wawo de toso minu a wosro omanfo se obi asonhwe wonko woni de Obusafo desa ne mekai no de dae beso a ani pitri kaseboro nyina ye de asi mi a me de animu aye me oduefo na na sabere pinaman me da mu nyama se me sorry de na adechemu nsem festival no ene de to aso nyame hira mu nyina